Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to Cloud Wars Live, where we explore today's digital revolution by speaking with business executives and thought leaders leading today's digital revolution and changing how the world lives, works, plays, learns, and dreams. Our guest today is Craig Walensky, CEO of JASCI Software, a logistics and supply chain SaaS provider. Craig, welcome to Cloud Wars Live. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me.
It's a pleasure. And today's episode is brought to you by Oracle Corporation, and Craig's company, JASCI Software, has recently started using some very interesting Oracle technology that we're going to talk about that's driven some pretty interesting results. But Craig, first, tell us a little bit about what JASCI does.
So we are a cloud SaaS provider of warehouse management, inventory management, order fulfillment software, similar to what you would see on a video of Amazon's warehouses.
Craig, I thought it was interesting. I saw as I did a little research on your company that one of the modules you have in the applications there is for robotics. Can you just tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, well, it's all about speed in logistics, especially e-commerce today. So we're leveraging robotics in the supply chain to really ratchet up efficiency. You know, working in a warehouse isn't all that much fun, and robots can really help out the staff in taking away all that travel time. They're walking on warehouse concrete floors all day. If we can have the robots do most of that traveling on concrete, a lot better for the workforce, faster, more efficient for these companies.
Okay, great. And Craig, tell us a little bit about some of your customers and how are they using your software to succeed in this always-on economy?
Yeah, so we work with a broad range of customers in retail, e-commerce, consumer goods, and third-party logistics, which are people that do the logistics for people in retail, e-commerce, and consumer goods. Some of them are big brand names in consumer goods, such as companies like Procter & Gamble. We manage some of their products through some of our third-party logistics customers, all the way to retailers or e-commerce companies such as Kenneth Cole, where we help them out with their e-commerce operations.
Okay. And Craig, I saw a description on your site where you talked about a warehouse acceleration system. That's an interesting approach to it, right? So it's not one specific slice of it, but you're saying we're going to take this whole operation and crank up the speed here.
Well, there are large tech competitors out there, and our job is to make our customers just as efficient and just as fast as those tech competitors are. Our customers have razor thin margins. You know, e-commerce sounds glorious, retail sounds glorious, and even consumer goods. However, these companies are working on tight margins. In order to make their company succeed, they have to find new ways to find efficiencies. They have to match the speeds of these tech giants, offering everything from same day, next day, and 2-day deliveries, and they're doing it for free. So how are they going to make money? The only way to make money today or to make their company succeed is to compete better, leverage new tech, new software to really level the playing field.
So, Craig, in that context, you're driving constant performance improvement for your customers and so on. Inside your company, what was it that led you to decide we need to do something different here and maybe open your eyes toward working with Oracle?
Well, this isn't our first time at doing this. So we've had companies in the past where we built software platforms, mostly server-based platforms. And inherently, those platforms back then were cutting edge, but today, many limitations to running, you know, legacy server-based platforms. And we knew in logistics, some of the most important things to our customers, starting off with is speed. When you have anywhere from 20 to 50 to 200 people on your warehouse floor, every second counts. If you can't process things fast enough for them, if you can't scale to the speeds that they need to run robotics, to run automation systems, to communicate with staff in real time, presents a problem. So we knew that in order to deliver the next-gen software, we need to power it with the right tools in order to get the sub-second response times they're looking for. We write software that's making decisions in real time. Some of it is using AI logic, where in this AI, we're looking at big data, complex data, and making decisions. Our average decision time right now, leveraging ATP, our average decision time is less than 100 milliseconds. And this is really big because many of our customers are really managing their operations manually. Even though they have data, even though they may have software today, they manage manually. We've taken software to a new level. We knew in order to take this software to a new level, we needed a database that was going to be able to power it.
Well, Craig, those numbers are wild there. Did you, looking back a few years, did you think about 100 milliseconds as a possible goal to achieve here for decision times?
I'd like it even faster. I think we'll get there.
Yeah.
Even at, believe it or not, even less than 100 milliseconds, customers would like it even quicker, and we're getting there. A number of our transactions are even in the 5 millisecond range, communicating. We're almost like an orchestra, where the system's managing the entire orchestra in real time, and these decisions have to come quick. But it wasn't all about speed. The second thing that our customers are really, really big on is reliability. Imagine that. These customers are delivering products to supermarkets, to e-commerce customers, and the reliability of the system always being available is paramount to the customers. Whether it's 3 in the morning, 5 in the morning, they could be in Asia, they could be here in the US, they can be in Europe. We have to provide that reliability 7 by 24 by 365.
And Craig, it sounds like from what you're describing as well, you talk about the notion of speed and reliability, and then these days the theme you hear constantly about cybersecurity, right? That you're dealing with companies that the transactions are flying, there are global networks here. How'd you address that?
Well, it's kind of interesting. We get asked that question a lot from our customers and prospective customers that we work with and our partners. How do you secure this thing? We're working over the internet. Security is paramount. And I explained to them a few things. We're leveraging next-gen technology. It's built from the core up to be secure. Look at legacy platforms of servers sitting at customers. They don't have the sophistication of the new security tools to be leveraged today. And Oracle and their ATP platform, the Autonomous Transaction Processing Platform, spent a lot of time making sure my customers' data is all secure in that database. And that was really important to them. Not only secure, but being also available in multiple locations. So in the event something happened to the data, something happened in one of the locations, how do I keep my operation up and running? Letting shelves go empty at the supermarket is not a good answer for any of our customers. Telling e-commerce customers that they're not going to get delivered tomorrow because, hey, the data wasn't available is not acceptable. The data always has to be available 7 by 24 and totally secure. So really it's 3 things. It's really about, and I talk about these 3 things a lot. It's about that speed. I need that today. Secondly, I need that reliability because I could be the fastest out there, but if it's not reliable, that's not good. And the third is I need that security level. So those are really the 3 pillars that really led us to this. We were an Oracle user as well. Before that, our company had a lot of experience with it. ATP really just ratcheted it up. We feel confident at this point that we can scale to any size we need to be for any customer that we work with. And that was the 4th thing for us, is that scale. Being able to size up and down was a really big thing. Doesn't sound big, but in commerce today, they have their seasons. Think about Cyber Monday. Think about 11/11, Singles Day over in Asia. These are big days. Now, we want to ratchet that up for those big days. However, we want to ratchet back down because we want to size it properly. Yeah. And that allows us to ratchet up and ratchet down on demand. That was really important as well as part of the platform. We needed to have our customers, whether they're in these giant bubbles where all of a sudden the volume just goes way up, we needed the ability to make sure they needed to be ensured that we can handle that volume.
Craig, it's so interesting as you talk about those things of reliability, speed, security, and scale. Over the last several earnings calls that Oracle's had, Larry Ellison has pretty much said, the success of the Oracle Autonomous Database is going to have a huge impact on the future of the company. So in some ways, he's willing to bet the company's future on Oracle Autonomous Database. Does that give you a sense of confidence for how JASCI can use Autonomous Database to do all those things you say are required?
We're betting on that as well. Imagine that. It's changed. When you're dealing with cloud, you're dealing with shared systems. And we need to be able to size up, size down, and provide the performance levels. No longer this is an economy where we're not based on server-based technology anymore. Legacy systems, you would try and size servers for your biggest peak periods, and all that compute power will be wasted for the rest of the year and waiting for that peak period. It just gives us so much more flexibility for our customers to be able to really leverage that compute power when needed, get rid of it when we don't, and be able to size up and down, really leveraging economies of scale, what this is being provided to us. It just changes the game.
Craig, several months ago, I had written a piece about another Oracle customer's tailor-made golf clubs. And they said that they had found in some cases that using autonomous database, it speeded up certain workloads by a factor of 40x. And the executive from TaylorMade said, I want to be clear, I'm not saying it boosted it by 40%, which would have been real nice. He was saying 40x. And it sounds like JASCI has seen some pretty impressive results as well.
Yeah, to say the least. So we run a SaaS platform we make it look easy to our customers, but we're doing some hard work in the background, some really hard work. And in that hard work, we're looking at big data. We're doing decision learning techniques in the background. So data access to us is paramount to how fast we need this platform to be. So we went from database access in milliseconds to microseconds. So what does that factor mean? We've seen our transactions get in excess of over 100, and not all of them, but we've seen in excess of 100x performance gains in our transaction performance, leveraging the database technology, which made us ecstatic. As a SaaS software company, we're making decisions on behalf of our customers. It's our job to provide best-in-class technology to our customers. So it's our due diligence to really bring them the best tech. When they select our software platform, they're choosing our company. They're entrusting the keys of their company with us. I mean, this is a partnership. When I'm running someone's supply chain, it's a true partnership. Because if they can't ship anything, it could be the demise of their company. So this is something I've got to make sure that I don't hurt their companies, I help their companies flourish. And by doing that, they may not even realize the extent that we go to give them the best-in-class technology, but we are doing that here at JASCI.
So, Craig, I just want to double check again that detail, because we become accustomed in, the tech business generally say, well, using this application or this technology, it boosted our performance by 10%, 15, 20%, but you're not talking about percentage here. You're saying a factor of 100x. Is that right? In some usage.
Yeah, we've seen an excess of that, actually. Okay. Really, it becomes such big data that we're looking at, and we've got to respond in milliseconds to this data. Being able to access that database that much faster makes all the difference for our transactional performance. By getting our database reads and writes over 100x faster, really enables our company to grow along with our customers. Big difference.
And Craig, it's been really good to see and hear your focus so much on not just your company, but your customers and the benefits to them. So if JASCI is able to use autonomous database to run, as you just described, a lot of your internal operations more quickly and make better decisions, move data around more quickly internally, what's the benefit then that you can push out to your customers based on this performance from autonomous database?
Well, I'm trying to help my customers compete better. They're competing against tech giants, if you will. Even though they may be retailers or whatever badges they have unlimited money. It's my job to provide those companies with the technology they need to compete in this new world. Commerce is running so fast today. Orders don't stop. It used to be years ago, I had retail stores and I knew what I was ordering 6 months ago. I knew it had to go to the stores in the fall. I knew it had to go in the spring. It's a whole new game now. And even in the retail stores, they're not ordering like they did before. It almost is like an e-commerce order to a retail store, where you're basically just handling stock outs and stock out positions. But it's just flowing all day long. And the system now has to make these decisions. No longer can I have manual decisions happening at the inventory and order fulfillment level. Systems now have to run that. They have to run the speed and efficiencies needed.
Well, Craig, it's a great story there. Is there anything before we close that you wanted to add?
No, I really appreciate you inviting me to this. It is a really good story. I like talking about it. I'm very passionate about it as well. I really like to see companies grow, and I like to help them. And then this is what it's all about.
Well, Craig, this is a great story. Thank you for sharing with us some of the revolutionary things that JASCI is doing, and with some of the help from Oracle Autonomous Database. I also want to thank Oracle for sponsoring this special episode of Cloud Wars Live. And thanks to all of you in the audience for spending your time with us. Please send your feedback to me at bobevanspa@gmail.com. We hope to see you next time. Craig, thanks very much for being here.
Thank you.